Welcome to the lesson on animal tissues. We'll be able to identify the different types of animal tissues, describe the different types of epithelial tissues, describe the different types of connective tissues, describe the different types of muscular tissue, describe the different components of nervous tissue. Animals are not stationary. They move from one place to another in search of food, shelter, and mates. Hence, unlike plants, most of the tissues in animals are living tissues. The cells form tissues, tissues form organs, and various organs constitute a living organism. The animal body is made up of epithelial, connective, muscular or protective tissues. In the animal body are called epithelial tissues. Epithelial tissues or epithelium covers most organs and cavities within the body. Epithelium protects the underlying cells from drying, injury, chemical effects, and viral or bacterial infection. Epithelial cells form lining of mouth, lining of blood vessels, lung alveoli, and kidney tubules. Epithelial tissues help in absorption of air, water, and nutrients, and elimination of waste products. Depending upon the shape and function of the cells, the epithelial tissues can be classified as squamous epithelial, stratified squamous epithelial, ciliated epithelium, columnar epithelium, and glandular epithelium. Simpous squamous epithelial cells are extremely thin and flat. It forms the delicate lining of the mouth, esophagus and nose, and of blood vessels and covering of the tongue and skin. Skin epithelial cells are arranged in many layers to prevent wear and tear. Since they are arranged in a pattern of layers, the epithelium is called stratified squamous epithelium. The columnar epithelium consists of cells which are taller than broader. Where absorption and secretion occur, like the inner lining or the intestine, stomach, and colon, epithelial cells are present. The columnar epithelium facilitates movement across the epithelial barrier. Some columnar epithelia tissues have cilia, which are hair-like projections on the outer surface of epithelial cells. These cilia can move, and their movement pushes the mucus forward to clear it. This type of epithelium is called ciliated epithelium. Ciliated epithelium is found in the respiratory tract and sperm ducts. Cuboidal epithelium consists of cube-like cells which are square in section. It forms the lining of kidney tubules and ducts of salivary glands, where it provides mechanical support. Epithelial cells often acquire additional specialization as gland cells, which can secrete substances at the epithelial surface. Sometimes a portion of the epithelial tissue folds inward, and a multicellular gland is formed. This is glandular epithelium. Tissues that connect different organs and other tissues are connective tissues. The cells of connective tissues are living. Homogeneous gel like intercellular substance called medium or matrix forms the main bulk of the connective tissue. In animals, there are 5 types of connective tissues. They are fluid connective tissue like blood, skeletal tissue like bone and cartilage, dense regular connective tissue like tendons and ligaments, areolar connective tissue and adipose tissue. Blood has a fluid matrix called plasma, in which red blood cells called RBC, white blood cells called WBC, and platelets are suspended. Is an example of skeletal tissue. It forms the framework that supports the body. Bone cells are embedded in a hard matrix that is composed of calcium and phosphorus compounds. Cartilage is another skeletal tissue. It has widely spaced cells. The solid matrix is composed of proteins and sugars. Cartilage smoothens bone surfaces at joints and is also present in the nose, ear, trachea, and larynx. Cartilage can be folded like ears, but we cannot bend the bones in our arms. Tendons and ligaments are part of dense regular connective tissues. They are fibrous in nature. 2 bones can be connected to each other by ligament, which is very elastic and has considerable strength. Ligaments contain very little matrix. Tendons connect muscles to bones and are fibrous tissue with great strength but limited flexibility. Areolar connective tissue fills the space inside the organs, supports internal organs, and helps in repair of tissues. It is found between the skin and muscles, around blood vessels and nerves, and in the bone marrow. Adipose tissue is basically an accumulation of fat cells. The cells of adipose tissue are filled with fat globules. The adipose tissue is found below the skin and between internal organs around the kidneys. Storage of fats also lets it act as an insulator. Of large-sized, elongated cells called muscle fibers. This tissue is responsible for movement in our body. Muscles contain special proteins called contractile proteins, which contract and relax to cause movement. On the basis of their location, structure, and function, there are 3 types of muscle fibers. They are striated muscles, smooth muscles, and cardiac muscles. Striated muscles are also called voluntary muscles because these muscles work according to our will. These muscles are also called skeletal muscles as they are mostly attached to bones and help in body movement. Under the microscope, these muscles show alternate light and dark bands or striations. Hence, they are called striated muscles. The cells of this tissue are long, cylindrical, unbranched, and have many nuclei. Muscles do not work according to our will. Hence, they are called involuntary muscles. The movement of food in the alimentary canal or the contraction and relaxation of blood vessels are caused by smooth or involuntary muscles. They are also found in the iris of the eye, in uterus, and in the bronchi of lungs. Since the cells are long with pointed ends and has single nucleus, they are called unstriated muscles. The muscles of the heart show rhythmic contraction and relaxation throughout life. These involuntary muscles are called cardiac muscles. Heart muscle cells are cylindrical, branched, and have single nucleus. Nervous tissue is a tissue which is specialized to transmit messages within our body. Brain, spinal cord, and nerves are all composed of nervous tissues. Nervous tissue contains highly specialized unit cells called nerve cells or neurons. Neurons have the ability to receive stimuli from within or outside the body and to conduct impulses to different parts of the body. Usually, each neuron has a single long part, called the axon, and many short, branched parts, called dendrites. A neuron consists of a cell body with a nucleus and a cytoplasm, from which long, thin hair-like parts arise. The functional combination of nerve and muscle tissue is fundamental to most animals. This combination enables animals to move rapidly in response to stimuli.